Full time from the Brentford Community Stadium. It's finished Brentford 0, Newcastle United 2. What a win that was for the Magpies. 7 games unbeaten now. Our first win at the Brentford Community Stadium. Don't get me wrong, Brentford were favourites for the win despite their struggles as of late. But you can't discard how well we've played in recent weeks. The upturn in form, under Eddie Howe is starting to show. The January signings and the quality that he's brought in is starting to show. His tactics are starting to show. His formation is starting to show that we're now playing 4-3-3. We're attacking sides and we've got the players to do it. And we're not negative anymore like we used to be at the start of the season under Steve Bruce. We're now starting to close out games better. If we've got an advantage, we don't just give up like we used to. Now it's get a goal and try and build on it. And that's exactly what the lads have done today. You could talk about Brentford being down to 10 men as much as you like, but at the end of the day, you've got to take advantage of that, and that's exactly what our lads have done this afternoon. And it's great credit, to our lads for, going down there and silencing their crowd very early in the match. The starting 11, as what you were expecting, you weren't going to see Alan St. Maximin because of his injury, but the players who've come in have stepped up to the plate. Managed to get us the victory this afternoon. So first half, it was quite interesting how we started. We were quite bright, lively, going for it. Brentford, they had a few touches around the box, but didn't really trouble Dubravka. And then the moment came when Brentford go down to 10 men through a silly challenge from De Silva. For me, it's a straight red card. It doesn't matter how or what angle you look at. The studs are shown on target. And he's lucky, that he's not out of the game for a while. And Brentford, go down to 10 men. And this is where we need to take the advantage of the situation. We do that. Joelinton scores a towering header to make it 1-0 through a Ryan Fraser cross. Brentford make a mistake, but who cares? The ball's in the back of the net. Joelinton's been great as of the last few weeks. He's been good in that midfield. But what we want to see from Joelinton is the goals, and we've seen that today, and hopefully we'll see that in many more games to come between now and the rest of the season. And then we go and make it 2-0, which our dominance does deserve through Joe Willock. So Brentford, they get a corner, they make a mistake from that. Fabian Schär picks up the ball, he goes on a run and he squares it across to Joe Willock and he makes no mistake. 2-0, and Brentford are at 6s and 7s. It's, I would say, game over for them, if I'm honest. And you can see, their confidence is shot, given in recent months, they just kind of seem to get it together. They don't seem to have a squad that can last the full season. They don't have, the same form, dominance that they had at the beginning of the season. It seems like the roles have reversed. Newcastle not doing so well at the start of the season, and now we're, playing better. Brentford good at the start, and now where it really matters, they're starting to underperform. So half time, it's 2-0 to Newcastle. Brentford obviously down to 10 men. Second half, Newcastle didn't really need to go all out at Brentford because they're chasing the game. Eriksen comes on. I think it's a great moment in football. It doesn't matter who you support, to see this lad, come back from, how he suffered in the Euros to the fact he wasn't, or there was a chance that he would never play football again. The fact he's, playing up against us in the second half, that is testament to, all those, around him, the emergency services, and also Eriksen, himself, as a player. We'll know that he's a real talent, and he gave something to Brentford, but again, it wasn't enough for them. They were always chasing the match in the second half. Dubravka got a yellow card for time wasting, as you would do, when you're 2-0 up on the road. But we managed to see out the game. We've kept a clean sheet now, which is massive. And again, we're 7 games unbeaten in the Premier League. We've not done that for years. And it's unheard of for us as well, because we're not the sort of side that go on the road and manage to keep many clean sheets, let alone win a football match. And it's our first win at the Brentford Community Stadium as well. And talking of Brentford, we've really put them in a relegation battle now. We've jumped above them. We're now 14th in the Premier League. We're highest this season, and hopefully we can continue that run of form. We're picking up results at just the right time, but we'll have to keep that going now. With Brighton just next week at St James's Park, and you can see how poor they've been in recent weeks. given the fact that obviously we've taken Dan Burn from them, and you can see that Brighton are starting to struggle. But on with the game today, it's just brilliant how everything now is starting to come off for Eddie Howe and the lads, and there's a real feel-good factor around the club. There's a real buzz around the area. Everyone's right behind the team, and the lads are, as I said, full of confidence, and that's what you want to see. And long may it continue. And you have to give Eddie Howe credit for his team selection today. But we'll talk about how we want to see Bruno in the side. He got the last sort of half an hour, but that's testament to our midfield, like how well they're doing, and they're giving Eddie Howe selection headaches on a match day. But that they're performing, and that's what you want to see. As long as you perform, you stay in the side. If you don't perform, then you go out of the side. But as said, I'm just buzzing, with the performance today, that we've not only gone there and won, but we've kept the clean sheet, and we can kick on now for another Premier League match against Brighton. And as I said, we've knocked a few sides, in that relegation picture now. You look at Leeds, they're in free fall, losing 4-0 to Spurs earlier on in the day. Obviously, Burnley have picked up a point against, I believe, Crystal Palace. But we know that they're battlers, so we know that Burnley will be then thereabouts any case. But I said, I don't think you've got any hope for Leeds or Brentford. They're the two, and alongside Everton, that them three for me would be the sides that will battle it out for 18th place, because I can see us now climbing up that table. We're not far off Leicester City. Okay, we might have played a few games more, but they're not exactly doing very well either. So yeah, 2 goals from the lads today. One from Joelinton, the other from Joe Willock. We'll get a 2-0 win, a clean sheet, and we'll march on to the next game. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. 7 games unbeaten, man. What can you say? Please like for the result. Put your comments down below, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you all later. Enjoy your weekend, Geordies. How are the lads?